Good morning, good evening, or good day, and welcome to the ReviewZed podcast, the game review of the Zed to Zed podcast. If the game has achievements, then we try to cover it here. I'm your host, Damien, and thank you for listening. If you've listened to the Zed to Zed podcast in the past, then you're familiar with our format. We bring you a separate weekly show covering just reviews of new and sometimes overlooked Xbox titles. And don't forget to check out the regular Zed to Zed podcast while you're at it. That show's good too, just like this one, but we have more vitamin D. All right, so welcome to another installment of ReviewZed. I guess we're sticking with this name for now. I don't know. I just work here. I even work? I don't know. I'm your host, Spazpole, or Spaz as some people call it. I don't know, Damien. We got my co-host, Planting42, Warren.
Aloha.
Hell yeah. That's what I like about the Hawaiian, aloha. It's hello and it's goodbye. It's both. Yeah. So, exactly. So it being a nice, wonderful Wednesday while I'm here on vacation, I think it is time that our listeners want to hear for their weekly G-Task team bonus. That's right. We do the team one, right?
You got it. You nailed it, man.
I did. It's like I actually read ahead and was like, hey, wait, okay. I should know what we're doing now. It's been a few weeks that I've been. So what do our few teams that are still in this running? What do they have to do this time?
These teams have an interesting task for them. They have the Are You Lost bonus, which requires both teammates to end the scoring period having unlocked at least 2 of the 6 numbers that follow by using their gamer score value. And those numbers to Lost fans are going to be familiar. They are 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and my favorite, 42.
So there's a gamer score, like a gamer score.
There are achievements that are actually worth 42, G, 16G, 20. Yes.
Wow. I know, TA, you can find those odd numbers. Who made an achievement that's worth 42 gamer score?
Someone that's a fan of Douglas Adams. Man, dear to my heart.
Okay, that's true. What about 23? I don't know. Oh, either way. Okay, so hey guys, good luck on that. Hopefully they haven't already unlocked.
In reality, it's only one of them that's going to be the hard one. The 15's the gimme.
Oh yeah. 4 is also not super bad. 16 though. Don't see a lot of 16s out there, but either way. So with that, I guess we will segue over to the game of the week, which this week we are talking about Rocket Wars, which was published by Rooftop Panda, developed by Archon, I guess that's Archon Interactive. It was released. What?
I can dig it.
Okay. Just because the Archon we know. That's how I pronounce that when I see it now. Yeah. This was released on May 9th of 2018, so it's still relatively new, but a little bit older. Not a astronomically priced game, only $7.99, and it is a shoot 'em up party game with I think 2 to 3 hours time estimate. That's probably about how much time I spent. Pause menus always throw off my counts, thanks to how Xbox keeps track. But hey, why don't you tell them about the plot, Warren?
Insert crickets. Unfortunately, this is not a game that has a plot. It is totally designed as a party game, and although you can play it solo against bots, I can't imagine it would be great fun. It might be more fun than playing it solo against 3 other controllers, which is how I played it.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So Rocket Wars, not to be confused with Rocket League, Rocket Wars, it has 20 achievements. Most of them can be unlocked fairly quickly. They do require at least, because it is a party game, you have to have at least 2 controllers. At one point, you will need 4 controllers.
For 3 games, and yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, you could just do it with 2 controllers. Yeah, for the 20 achievements, none of them are earth-shatteringly hard. There is some grindy ones. You have to unlock. There's 12 ships. I never played more than the initial ship, but again, I was playing against idle controllers, so no need to. But you can get different ships in the game, so they each have different, I guess, not really a lot of abilities though, because it's just like speed, health, speed, fire, like one or two things.
Yeah, you get something good and something bad. Otherwise, you get your average ship, which is the one you start with.
Yeah, which is just neutral, which good enough. So you unlock these 12 additional ships and some skins by leveling up. There's 20 levels. You get XP for playing everything but free play. And the other achievement that's grindy, is the kill 500 enemies, which just means you're going to have to play a bunch of multiplayer games just to get the, kill count up. Other than that, I guess the only difficulty is if you are going to do it by yourself, we will talk about it a little bit, is doing some of those things where you have to shoot somebody with the nuke within a second, meaning that you need to probably have, with one controller, the sniper ability aimed on the nuclear, and then with the other controller, try to control the spaceship to get the nuke so you can then shoot it with the sniper thing right away to make the achievement. It's not really hard, but yeah, it's kind of a little bit of that controlling two things at once.
Oh, come on. It's a blast. It's a nuclear blast.
It is. And I mean, for a party, I guess that's where, this is unfortunate. I did not have a group of people to idly play this with. So from a solo player side, other than being great gamer score, there wasn't much to it. But the thing is, I found it didn't seem like, even if you had a party, other than the different game modes, the map was always the same. It's just the circle with the sun in the center.
Yeah. I guess maybe a little more on that later, but it does feel like they probably could have put a little more effort into that.
Yeah. So the gameplay, here, you go into the gameplay.
Okay. You can have up to 4 players, like we mentioned, local split screen, not online. And you can have bots of varying difficulty if you're so inclined. Couple different game modes. They're broken down to solo and team. There's solo and team variants of deathmatch, which is just like what you would expect. 10 kills, first person to 10 wins. Survivor, which is everyone has 5 lives, and the last person that has lives left wins. That's the mode that you probably didn't spend most of your time in. At least that's the mode I spent most of my time grinding live, get kills and XP in. Because, not bad. Nuke King, the first kill you make starts a timer, and then you turn into a king. And then you get points over time. And everyone else is supposed to kind of gang up on the king to destroy them. And then whoever gets the kill then becomes king.
It's like King of the Hill with nukes.
Yeah, with nukes and the sun in the center. But yes, Spaceball is kind of a cool mode, and it's a bummer there's no achievements to get you to go to it, because otherwise I don't think anyone's going to see it. It's kind of like a Rocket League mode almost, where you have to knock a ball into the other team's side. It's decent and definitely worth a little excursion to if you have a little time left. And then, as we mentioned, there's a free play mode where it's just free play, no XP, no nothing, just fly around the sun. And on the team side, there's the same thing, team variants of deathmatch, Nuke King, and Survivor. And then the final mode was this weird one called Entangled, where you and your teammate are kind of tethered together. And it's got an interesting mechanic where the closer you are, the bigger your ship is, the stronger you are, the more damage your weapons do. And then as you drift apart, your ships get smaller, frail, and do less damage. So the idea is to stay together. But you're also open to attack to get both of you killed at once if you stay together with various weapons. Like we mentioned, there's 12 different ships, but they're all pretty bland. You get the one balanced one you start with, and then you unlock others as you get up to level 20. The weirdest thing, though, is that you get like a little bit of health on the plus side and maybe a little slower speed, or a little better firepower and a little less health. It seems like it's negligible. It might have an impact if you play it in party, but definitely not when you're boosting with other controllers.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing that I thought was where really I mean, hey, from a quick gamer score standpoint, hey, the way they did the achievements are great. It made it get there. But I think you kind of touched upon it. The achievements really, where there was probably a little more potential with the game, you're not going to really experience them if you're going after the achievements, because it doesn't really force you to go and do any of that kind of stuff.
Exactly. I mean, typically you'll see like a play all game modes kind of achievement, and there's nothing like that here. So out of all the game modes, they literally actually only make you play in 2, which is just, I don't know, a little bizarre, I figured.
Yeah.
Could have given it a little more thought to the achievement list.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. You want to go say, hey, I played the game and I just got all the achievements. I really should have done, some more to the game. But then when you really look at what it is from a party game and you start looking at the graphics layout, there's nothing to the game. As much as I didn't spend time playing it with 4 other people, it just seems like it would get very old very quickly. It's very low res. It's vector based practically. Black and white, no real color or anything to, again, it's one of those games where you go look at going, where is this taking any advantage of the hardware at all?
Exactly. I mean, when I'm not to say that it's a horrible game, because it's not by any means. Everything works. It's not glitchy. But this is just definitely one of those very simple kind of games that I would maybe be better placed in the Creators Club than it would be in the ID market. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't for the $7.99 price, other than, hey, you want some gamer score, I'm almost playing AGA Neo Geo title.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess the difference with this is the idea is that you'll have your friends over and you can play it in little bits over and over, as opposed to us kind of forcing it down for like a 2-3 hour spot. So if you play it as it's intended, I'm sure you would actually get more play out of this, assuming you've got friends that want to play games with you on your couch. I wish I had that.
Yeah.
But if you play it like we do for the gamer score, it's definitely you pick it up, you do it, you put it down, and you probably not play it again.
Yeah, but again, even with friends, I would say you'd get more enjoyment than we did out of solo player. But again, I'm really hard pressed to look at that game and go, with friends, you got to have some low expectation having friends to sit there and be amused with this for more than 20 minutes. They'd be like, dude, seriously, let's go play anything. I will watch you go play Neverwinter. I don't care. Go fly in whatever that space game is.
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, that one.
The best game. You know that.
Yeah, all right. So, hey, what about the music? I listened to it in spaz mode, so I had no idea what the sound was like.
Okay. Well, if you do not listen to this in spaz mode, you hear incredibly lackluster music. It's not horrible, but I mean, it fits with what it is. There's much more variation to it than there are levels. So, I mean, take it for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess for the verdict for $8, what's your thoughts?
I have to say, I would disagree with buying this one unless you find it on a decent sale. Unfortunately, there's other games that play pretty much similar to this that actually cost less. So, I mean, unless you're really, really into helping this particular developer, or you have to get this game right now because you've already played Orbit, for instance, I would say, wait. Just wait on this one.
Yeah, I'd concur. I mean, if you want to check it out for a party game, if it came on Game Pass, yeah, sure. But for the shell out the $8, I could think of a ton of other things that we've seen that just had more longevity to them. So, all right. Well, anything else to add?
No, I think that covers everything I can think of.
All right. Well, until next week with Peru and Mango, guys. This was Spaz
and Pledging,
and you guys have a great night or day or more, whatever. Have fun out there.
Peace.